These songs are a bit of a diary of my life over the last 6 years. When we had the rock band, we were playing and touring and writing, and I had a whole separate dialogue of my own, my simple songs, which came out of experiences with God and my faith, with events in my life and this world, and as a way for me to document and express my feelings and everything that I was going through and my emotions, I would write them into song.
It all got started with this guy Martin Neal from England. He's a percussion extraordinaire, drummer, 35 years in the studio as a drummer. So Martin kind of said that he wanted to be into it with us, and he has all these like world beats. He has a whole bunch of African beats in his mind all the time. Whatever he does, he like makes things really original. And he went into a studio in Encinitas with us. We had Blake LaGrange record him. We just all sat in there watching him all day, just going, what is this? And he just basically took our demos and turned them into something special. Now, there's a steel guitar player I've known for a long time down here, and his name is Rick Schmidt, and he's, he's just the nicest guy, but he's also the greatest guy. I mean, musician-wise, he plays steel guitar, but he actually can play jazz steel guitar. And he came over and he just recorded 3 songs for us.
How's your real solo?
The hairs on the back of my head stood up. Well, on the back of my neck stood up when I was recording him right here, because he's just that good. He's so good. And Martin is so good. And then we go to Eric Evans, who is a flautist extraordinaire as well, and he even plays iwi. If you watched Anchorman and you saw the flute part where he's running around playing jazz flute, this is the guy that actually can play like that. So then I got percussion and drums, and I have a steel guitar man extraordinaire. I put my guitar tracks on. Amy has some vocal tracks. Flute is on there now, and we need a bass player, and Martin has a buddy in LA who's a session bass player. I phoned him up. Hey, Martin said to call you, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, maybe. Who is this? And I sent him one track. What was it, Free Again or something? And when he heard the track, he said, I should have known that if Martin sent you, it was going to be something. By the end of it, Tony was sending me a fretless part, an upright bowed part, a 4-string part. Which one do you like? Just choose. He just, I feel like he really fell in love with the project. Then we find out his wife Susan's a piano, a pianist extraordinaire. So she only did one song on this because we hadn't planned for doing any pianos, but she did Turning Point, which is, she just changed that and turned it into something that was like mystical. So yeah.
I feel like you could say that our music has matured a little bit as we have matured in our lives. As Jay and I have established ourselves now in San Diego, within this community, playing coffee houses and clubs and bars and theaters and churches, I think that people can say that they can sense that connection that we have to that music, and how iron has sharpened iron, and we have kind of strengthened each other and just become just something even surprising for us, actually. I always feel very surprised and blessed and honored that I get to share the gift that I have with somebody who is just so much more incredibly talented and gifted than me, and who I look up to as a musician and as a songwriter. And we have just been so incredibly fortunate to work with such amazingly talented individuals through the whole entire process, from the beginning of just penning the lyrics and songsmithing and just getting really down and dirty into what the depth of that song is, through just pre-production and going into the studio and having that freedom that comes with players who are just really intimate with their instruments is just something that you cannot duplicate. What we are able to accomplish together musically is, as I said before, it's humbling, it's inspiring, even still for me. Jay is able to bring an arrangement and a maturity to the songs that is unique in today's sea of songs. And I've always felt that our partnership was special. And so my hope and my prayer for this coming project as it is released into this world is that it would be just a light in that darkness, something that people can listen to and just tugs on their heart, and maybe they experience just life, or are able to experience maybe even God in a different way that they had ever thought before.
Every time I play with Amy, I barely open my eyes. I just close my eyes and I just play. And we go off on tangents. Some people think we've practiced, and the truth is we don't. It's just kind of where the spirit of that music leads it. I know that Amy delivers that consistently. And I think that's what I want people to see. It's just how it's alive. It's not just a bunch of songs. There's life in the words, and there's life in the music, and there's life in that moment if you happen to catch us doing it live. I look like a hack or what, huh?